is here. The SPRO Fat John 60 is here. I've been waiting for a long time and we got it right. It's a completely brand new bait from SPRO. I helped them design it. We wanted to complement the Little John shallow crankbait, and as you can see, it is quite a bit different. This bait is not just a pumped up or fattened version of the Little John. It's quite a bit different. As you can tell, the bill angle is completely different and the bait is quite a bit thicker than the original Little John. The Little John has a tendency to scoot a little bit more. It is a great crankbait for a number of situations. It's a lot more subtle than the big Fat John. The Fat John is definitely a power crankbait. I mean, you're still only gonna fish it on like 12 to 14 pound test. When you're fishing at 12 to 14 pound test, you're expecting it to get 3, possibly down to 4 feet on a long cast with the rod tip down, but you can fish this bait on 12 or 14 with your rod tip up and it's only gonna run 2 to 3 feet deep. So you know, it can vary your depth and on how you work it. I've even thrown it on a lot of shallow flats already, fishing it in 6 inches to a foot of water and caught fish. So you can use it in a lot of different depth ranges. And this bait has a hard thumping action because that bill and the line tie are in completely different places, a lot lower. We tweaked this bait. I played with it for quite a while to get it to run right. It has a hard action like a lot of other fat wobblers out there on the market. It's going to be nothing new when it comes to that. But what is new about this bait, and is unlike any other production crankbait I've ever seen or ever heard of, is that it hunts in a small tracking action. You know, this bait, it has that hunting action. I've heard of other production crankbaits that they say they hunt, but those baits have a tendency to come out and then kind of come back to the side, and then, you know, eventually they'll kind of come back out, come back to the side. If you've ever seen a brim running from a bass or any other little small bait fish trying to run from a bass, when that bass singles out one little bait fish and he's running around trying to catch it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And that when those fish are getting away from that big predator fish, the little prey fish, they have a tendency to kind of swim little quick darting actions like that to where that bass is having a hard time to catch it. He kind of darts back and forth. And that's exactly what this crankbait does. It kind of darts back and forth in about 2 to 3 inches off center with a medium to fast retrieve. That bait just kind of goes back and forth. I mean, technically you can burn this bait as fast as you can and it will not burn, blow out, flip over, any of that kind of stuff. It runs true and it has that little hunting action that what I call it comes alive. If you throw a lot of other fat wobblers, they have great action, but they run in a straight line. They just kind of wobble, come straight back to you. This bait has a good hard thumping action and it has that little hunting that I wanted the bait to do. It has a little hunting action. When you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I think that this bait is going to be tremendous for a lot of anglers looking to fill that niche of a power crankbait that's got a different action than what everybody else is throwing. And this is it. It's the SPRO Fat John 60, and it's finally in stores. So I can't wait to get feedback from anglers all over the country and all over the world, just like the Little John, about how many fish they've caught on it, how big the fish are, how they've used it to outfish their buddy in the back of the boat, all that kind of stuff. Can't wait to get your feedback and hear from you. So here it is, SPRO Fat John 60. See ya.